It was in the waning days of summer that my old colleague, Bradford Pierce, and I decided to embark on an excursion down the Black River. The river, shrouded in local lore and whispered tales of old, flowed sinuously through the dense primeval forests of the northeastern United States. Piercing the heart of the wilderness, it was said to harbor secrets best kept by the voiceless woods and unseen currents. We set off on the second day of September, our provisions packed meticulously, and the spirits high. As we rode away from the comforting familiarity of civilization, the serene landscape belied the sinister repute of our chosen path. The river, with its dark, mirror-like waters, carried us deeper into the forbidden realm of untamed nature. On the first night, we made camp on a small clearing by the water's edge. The forest was alive with the nocturnal symphony of cicadas and the occasional, unidentifiable rustle. As we sat by the fire, Bradford regaled me with tales he had unearthed from obscure texts and oral traditions. Accounts of strange disappearances, inexplicable shadows, and whispers borne by the wind that led men to their doom. While I listened, a curious sensation seized me, a subtle vibration, as if the ground beneath was imbued with a faint, ethereal pulse. Dismissing it as the effects of fatigue and the deepening night, I retired to my tent, my sleep marred by fragmented dreams of shadowy figures and ancient cyclopean ruins. It was on the fifth night that the sense of an imperceptible presence became unignorable. We had set up camp on an elevated bank, under the twisted arms of an archaic oak. Bradford, ever the intrepid explorer, insisted on pressing forward. Reluctantly, I acquiesced, driven not by desire but by a compulsion that felt foreign, as if the river itself commanded obedience. The voyage continued, each day blending into the next, marked by a mounting tension that gnawed at the fringes of our minds. The woods grew denser, the river narrower, and the air tinged with an indefinable chill. Our conversations dwindled, replaced by a mutual unspoken understanding of the dread that shadowed our every move. On the 11th night, the river led us to a clearing dominated by a crumbling, monolithic structure, part temple, part tomb. Curiosity and fear intermingled as we approached the structure, feeling drawn by forces beyond our control. The architecture was cyclopean, with symbols and hieroglyphs adorning the stone that felt inconceivably ancient. At the chamber center stood an altar, upon which rested a dark, pulsating stone, a relic that seemed to echo the whispers we had heard. Bradford, entranced by the macabre beauty of the artifact, reached out to touch it. The moment his fingers made contact, the whispers crescendoed into a cacophony, and the ground beneath us trembled violently. Unseen forces lashed out, extinguishing our torches and plunging us into darkness. In that pitch-black void, I felt a presence, an intellect vast and indifferent, ancient beyond comprehension and malevolent. It invaded my mind, flooding it with knowledge and visions of epochs long past, of civilizations risen and fallen, and of the cosmic horrors that presided over them. The next thing I remember is awakening on the riverbank, Bradford beside me, lifeless and cold. The whispers had ceased, replaced by an unsettling silence. I could discern faint traces of the reality-consuming horror that now took root in my soul. I made my way back, driven by instinct and sheer will, emerging from the wilderness, a changed man. Though I have tried to rationalize the events of our journey, I am haunted by the whispers that still echo in the recesses of my mind. And I know, somewhere deep within, that the river beckons, whispering its dark truths to those who dare to listen.